Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Malakai Makaisson campaign. Hey, real quick, as we get started, if you don't want to hear this part, I'm going to talk a little bit about a poll that I post on my channel, like more of a rant, actually, but I put a poll up to let people vote about the Skaven. So, like, skip ahead a minute if you don't want to hear this, and then we'll start the campaign. But I didn't answer any of the comments that I disagree with. So it's funny because, I mean, first of all, let me admit something. I don't just dislike the Skaven in terms of playing against them. I dislike their aesthetic. I don't really like their play style. I'm not interested in their lore or anything else like that. So I have a personal bias against the Skaven, which is purely just preference. It's not a bias like that Games Workshop did a bad job with them or something like that, right? It's just a personal preference. I don't like them. I think we all have that with factions in the game. So I personally dislike them. So making that clear, I dislike the way they play in the game against the player. I actually have kind of fun playing with them when I use them, even though I don't play them a lot. They're kind of fun to play. I can't say the same for Nurgle. Now, in any sense, sorry, I had to get my digs in at Nurgle. The main reason why I dislike playing against the Skaven, Warp Lightning is the top of it. It is absurdly powerful. It can get reused absurdly fast, and it takes very little magic. And whenever the AI is, like, you have to fight them in a settlement, or you're defending a settlement, it is even more powerful because your units are concentrated on the walls. It is insane, absolutely insane. And then, of course, there's the warp nukes that Clan Scryer gets all the time. I say all the time, they always start with one. They don't always get another one. Those are kind of annoying, but not the biggest deal. But then it was really, what I want you all to pay attention to is go back to that last episode, look at the battle. A line of Longbeards and Ironbreakers ran away with over half, some of them even 75% of their health. You go start up a Skaven campaign. You put together an army like they did, which had no good infantry. There was like a couple of Plague Bearers, maybe, and a Death Runner. It's like the best infantry they had. And see if you make it through a dwarf line with like half of their stuff left. See what happens if you take Throt and run him right into the middle of a dwarf line whenever you're playing. I promise you that dwarf line's not going to rout. Okay, so that's my biggest problem with the Skaven. There's something about them that when you play against them and they're AI controlled, and they get some kind of obnoxious cheat. And I don't know what it is or what it does for them, but it makes them extremely unfun to play against. Now, with Elspeth, it wasn't that big of a deal because Elspeth had Amethyst rocket batteries, which are even more absurdly overpowered than the Skaven, and it allowed me to just nuke them from a distance. But the dwarves don't have that, and so again, it makes that a little more pronounced. And all I was really getting onto was CA was like super fast to nerf the Thunder Barge. Was the Thunder Barge too strong? Sure, it was too strong, but there's a lot of things in the game that are too strong. And they don't nerf those. Like Warp Lightning's too strong. They haven't nerfed that. The Poison Wind Mortars are too strong. They haven't nerfed that. I mean, like they didn't nerf those things on the Skaven. They don't have to either, right? They don't have to nerf all those things. All I'm getting at is that, you know, like if they're going to take away my Thunder Barge fun, then they should also nerf Warp Lightning and go down that line, right? Because I could probably cause just about as much damage with Warp Lightning as long as I have a big enough magic reserve as someone can with a Thunder Barge, especially if you're in a siege battle. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about the Skaven. I hate the Skaven. I don't like them. The only faction that I hate more than them is Nurgle, and it's just because Nurgle is not fun to play, whereas I will give the Skaven credit. They are actually kind of fun to play. You know, like they actually have that going for them, whereas it is most assuredly not the case for Nurgle. In any case, let's keep going here. That's enough of me, but I just wanted to say that I didn't want to respond to other people's comments with my disagreements because I get to say what I think in the video. And I didn't want to respond with stuff where it's like, oh, I'm going to come talk you down in your comment too. No, I want you all to have a chance to speak your mind in the comment without me coming back directly to your comment and making it feel like that I'm discouraging you from speaking out on the video. I enjoy the comments. One person, for instance, made the comment like, oh, you must just be bitter because the AI has strong things, and you're like, no, that's not the case. Like, I don't mind having a strong fight. I've had a bunch of strong fights on this campaign and the Elspeth one, and it was fun. I like the big fights whenever they're just genuinely tough and the enemy army is good, and you just get a fun engagement out of it. That's the problem with the Skaven for me, is they're not fun. They're annoying. They're summoning stuff underneath you the entire time, dropping warp lightning on you nonstop. Your whole line just routs the instant they touch it, but there's no explanation for it because the same thing doesn't happen when you play as the Skaven. So again, that's what I was getting at. That's why I was saying it wasn't fun. It's not because they get strong things. Like I said, strong things can be fun. So like sometimes it's kind of fun, for instance, when Archaon comes blitzing at you and he's just an absolute unit in melee and you have to find some way to deal with him, usually through missiles or, you know, like avoiding contact with them until they but the Skaven are just annoying. You can't avoid contact with them. They summon on you from the very beginning. They have the stupid warp nukes, warp bombs where their stuff blows up, you know, while you're killing it. Like, it's just a mess. Just a mess. Anyway, like I said, that's where I'm going at. So no, I don't complain about it because they get good things. I like it when every faction has good things and it makes them unique. They just annoy me. I don't find playing against them to be fun. And it's interesting because about half the people that responded to the poll felt the same way. Now, there's a lot of people who liked the Skaven, to the contrary. And again, I get it. They are kind of fun to play. So I just thought it was funny that about half the people seem to agree, like, that the Skaven make them just want to turn the game off. They're so annoying. So I'm not the only one who's being annoyed by them, but it does seem like a divided subject at best amongst the Total War community, meaning about half the people in my poll, and, you know, maybe my community is not representative of the Total War community as a whole, but about half of them feel like that they are super annoying, and about half of them felt like they're fine. Or were just teasing me by voting the other way, which is fine too. Like, again, free to do that. Oh my goodness, look at this, folks. We finally caught the Ripperhorn tribe. We finally got them in an underway interception. And I am so glad that I got to do it with the army that had 2 thunder barges. I'm going to enjoy this. Let's go take care of business. All right, folks, the battle's already started, and I Vanguard deployed my thunder barges, and nerfed or not, I'm going to give the Beastmen a beating that they will never forget. I don't know if you all have seen it before, but all I can think of in my head is that Titanic meme with the old lady, you know, like saying it's been like 80-something years. Like, that's what it feels like for how long I've been chasing these Beastmen. And I cannot wait for some sweet, sweet revenge. And I'm going to rain it down in the form of hot lead and flame cannons and grenades all over their stupid armies. And like I said, they're gonna be feeling lucky that the airship got nerfed, or they would wish that it hadn't been nerfed so they could just put them out of their misery faster, because I am going to absolutely mutilate them for the crap that they've put me through. I do have my Trollhammer torpedoes back here and blasting away their Minotaurs. I do love the changes CA made to the Minotaurs. I've been, you know, a little bit complainy about the Skaven, and I didn't like the Thunder Barge getting nerfed, but I have to hand it to CA. I do like the changes to the Trollhammers. It was a nice change. I like the changes to the Dwarves in general. I very much enjoy the new Book of Grudges mechanics. I think it nails what I would want for the Dwarves. It feels rewarding. It feels fun. It's got different scenarios in it you can have fun with. Malakai's adventures are a lot of fun. The Thunder Barges are such a cool unit to have added to the Dwarves. So, in any case, a lot of good stuff there, despite maybe a few things that frustrate me. And I'm going to continue to kind of just pile on top of these Beastmen. We are hurting them extraordinarily bad, and I don't feel the least bit bad for it. My engineer and Ulrika will get some kills over here. Ulrika's already picked up a few kills with her bows. Let's go check her out up close. We haven't taken much of a look at them. The Trollhammer torpedoes, I should be firing. Did I fire at their lord? I think we killed him. Or routed him. Yeah, we routed their lord. I was saying that, or he's hiding at the moment. I don't remember which one. Look at him trying to get around my flank. That's cute. Not gonna happen. So yeah, a few other units did make it up to my main line, though they'll probably wish that they hadn't. If they do make it there, they're just going to have their skull crushed with a hammer, or they're going to be intercepted by an angry slayer. One of the two. Here comes the hammers. See if we can crack some Beastmen heads here. I don't want my flame cannon to directly hit me here. I'm going to actually target a little further upfield. And then we did pretty good work, so despite the nerfing, we still managed to get a tremendous number of kills on our Thunder Barge, so it's good to see them. Now remember though, they have been pretty significantly upgraded from our adventure battles. So they are still going to be more powerful than just, standard whenever they are first recruited or first available. They have flame cannons and some other upgrades that are probably helping them pick up a lot of kills. But there we go. We finally get some revenge on the marauding Beastmen, and they get what they deserve. Let's get a view of us shooting some torpedoes into the Beastmen. I don't know about you all, but I could use some cinematic torpedo action here while they're being shot with flame cannons. There we go. Torpedoed some Beastmen. I see cannonballs falling all over the place. I think that was a grudge thrower shot. You know what? They probably need to be spiked with a giant spear as well. I don't think that that's going to be a bad thing. So here comes the spear, wheeling around, and there we go. Oh man, they deserved that. All right, I'll see you all back on the campaign map. All right, everyone, we are back. Oh, that's good. Their army gets completely destroyed in that interception. Fantastic. Now we just have one more stack of them that we have to go find and destroy. I'm gonna just take the replenishment there. That feels so good to get rid of them. Now we need to get rid of that other stack before they can recruit another lord, and we can finally extinct their smelly faction once and for all. We finished an Age of Reckoning, and we got ultimate campaign victory. It says destroy or vassalize the following factions: Eshin, or no. The Skaven Tide just happened, I think. I think the Skaven Tide just happened. We're gonna enter a new age. Yep, there it is. The Vermin Tide is here. Speaking of Vermin Tide, they already re-attacked me at 8 peaks, which is annoying because I was just about to finish all my recruiting. So they timed that for max annoyance. Now, speaking of annoyance, I don't want to fight this because they have so many artillery pieces, and the auto-resolve is going to be somewhat kind to me. So I'm just going to auto-resolve this, get rid of those 2 armies, because honestly, it probably won't go any better for me if I fight it myself, and there's only so much Skaven battles I can take. And we will fight them, by the way. Like, I'm not just conceding every battle from here on out to them, but it's just something that I needed to do. All right, so those Slayers will still continue to recruit. They'll be done in 1 turn. We lost 1 Longbeard, which I can replenish there, and I do think this army will be much better suited to fighting Skaven going forward, though it is still going to be a challenge for certain. So the Vermin Tide is here. Now, I can obtain ultimate victory by exterminating those factions that they said, and I did figure, yeah, we are now at war with Clan Scryer, which means Belegar. I'm wondering whether I should reconsider this army with Belegar. I'm thinking about getting rid of the flame cannon and grabbing a standard cannon. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bounce back home over here and take care of the recruiting. I have to wait a turn before I can do the recruiting with Belegar because we moved home via the underway there. We got to get rid of some undercities, which I think there was 3 of them, so they're subtracting like 6,000 gold from us per turn with these stupid undercities. It's really, oh, there's 2 undercities here, so that's a little bit obnoxious, maybe just a lot. His team out. So did we have to get rid of 4 undercities? Yeah, we had to get rid of 4 undercities in the same turn. I had 21,000 gold when this turn started, and I have 12,000 after ridding myself of the Skaven undercities. That is incredible, like how much gold we had to drain from our coffers there to accomplish that. Okay, that army is busy training. I really don't want to be fighting. I don't want to be fighting this loser over here.
Summon me if you dare.
I wonder if we can just kill this guy and get it over with. If we could put a gruesome hit on the Greenskins here, we might be able to force them to take a peace treaty, which would then allow me to take the fight to the Skaven. It's Grimgor. He is going to be tough in melee. He's going to be very tough. In fact, what does this map look like, out of curiosity? Oh, it's a siege map. Well, I, typically speaking, hate playing these siege maps because they're kind of stupid. But I do have the airship. it did get limited on ammunition, and I don't have a way to reload its ammunition. I think they just had way too much ammunition, so as long as the ammunition they have now is just like reasonable, it should be okay. I don't know. Let's try and fight this. I have some ideas. We need to get an engineer in this army. We don't have ammunition reloads, which could end up being problematic with this army since we rely so much. Oh my gosh, we just deleted that boar chariot. That was beautiful. I mean, absolutely lovely. I'm gonna move my thunderers up, and I'm gonna back them up with some iron breakers. And I don't know that we'll ever get charged from the flank by anything here, but I'm just gonna make sure we kind of keep a good solid defensive formation to protect anything in case I'm not paying attention. I am going to bring the Thunder Barge in, and the Thunder Barge, they nerfed the ammunition. They changed the ammunition to where basically I think the Grudge Rakers in it will eventually run out of ammo. It certainly makes sense for it to have a certain amount of cannon ammunition. I don't know how much ammunition that actually, like, I don't know if it was like an absolutely obscene amount and they just changed it to normal. Or if it was like a good amount and then they like made it to lower, but I mean, you should have a lot of ammunition. It's a giant flying ship. They could feasibly store a lot of ammunition inside of it. So I do agree that it should have a lot of ammunition, an absolute lot. In any case, there we go. We are gonna keep flying it around and do what damage we can. We are taking some archer fire. I'll try to avoid the archers as best I can. In fact, I'm going to target them with my cannons. My flame cannons are already getting a lot of kills. It's going to run out of ammunition relatively quick, unfortunately. And like I said, I won't have a way to reload it. So we'll have to be smart with our ammunition here. Because we do need to save ammo to kill Grimgor. I'm not too worried about everything else that the Greenskins can bring against us. But Grimgor is very dangerous, and we will have to respect the potential danger that he is on the battlefield. I'm just going to let my flame cannon do its thing, kill as many Greenskins as it can right here in front of me. I might actually go ahead and target that archer because it's in range. My cannons were blasting out a different archer unit over here, which is good. I want the archers dead because that'll allow the Thunder Barge to operate with total impunity. Has a lot of hit points. We're well over 10,000 hit points, up to about 50 kills, which makes sense. We haven't been able to fly over a super dense chunk of Greenskins. They do have some artillery back there. I don't see any Doom Divers flying them, which is good because the Doom Divers will actually have, I think, a pretty good effect on me. Just gonna kind of keep flying around here to see if I can put any flame cannon shots into these units up here in front of me. We do have the spears. I'm gonna try and use those wisely. We are definitely getting good damage done. Flame cannon needs, I think, a more densely packed bunch of units. Savage Orcs are actually fairly loosely packed, so I'm not sure that our kill density is gonna be spectacular. With our cannons and stuff. We might want to attempt some more kills with other types of units. I don't know. I'm thinking about running my leaders forward and seeing if I can pull a blob of greenskin infantry together and then hit that blob. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of fly this way. Boy, we absolutely mulched those chariots that were there early. We've already caused a lot of casualties. A lot of casualties. We're up over 100 kills on the Thunder Barge now as well. It does seem like we're going to have a considerable amount of ammunition, so I'm not particularly worried about what they've done to the ammunition on the Thunder Barge. It seems like we're going to have a great deal of it. There we go. And I'm going to see if I can move up far enough to kind of trigger the Greenskins into an attack of some sort. We got 143 kills on the flame cannon. That's a pretty good result. I'm going to cease fire on the cannons for a moment, too. You know what we could do is I could push... Like, I could do this. I could bring bring my Thunderers up over here, back them up with some Iron Breakers. Maybe go ahead and move up some more standard infantry this direction. And then I could move up the cannons and stuff, like kind of just move a little bit closer. And I think we already moved. Yeah, we got all the units moving. I'm gonna go ahead and move everything up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually take my leadership to go over to this capture point and see if we can go challenge the capture point and then force a reaction from the Greenskins. They're basically not doing what I would normally expect, which is to just kind of keep sending units to guard our entrance. And I want to see if I can force them to start sending all their reinforcements to a point, so I can slaughter them, you know, in more tightly packed formations. Yeah, the Thunder Barge seems like it's gonna have plenty of ammunition. Its ammunition is not depleting rapidly. We already got 144 kills. So ammunition does not seem like that is going to really be a factor here. All right, so my leaders are getting closer to the capture point. They're a little bit unsupported at the moment, but I'm not super worried about that. Greenskins are mustering out a unit of Savage Orcs here, which may come under fire from my Thunderers. Okay. Looks like the Trolls are defending this capture point. My Thanes and my Lord will have no problem cleaning up some Trolls. One of my characters here actually has anti-large. I don't remember if these characters have the liquid fortification. They do. So I've got liquid fortification on the Lord. I don't have it on the other two characters yet, but our Lord will be able to heal. And see, anytime something gets blobbed up, our flame cannon, or sorry, our Thunder Barge is going to be very effective. All right, so I'm going to push up a little more over here. Got some Boar Boys over here. I might just go ahead and charge those with a couple of units of Giant Slayers. I've got my artillery back there, still protected. My leadership is doing just fine, holding out nicely. Getting good kills on the Thunder Barge. They're sending more Trolls down here, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna challenge this and see if I can force them to keep sending reinforcements to that capture point. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, and their Savage Orcs charged my... They got completely blasted by Iron Breakers, though. So that was part of the reason why I had the Iron Breakers supporting those guns. I took a few casualties there, but nothing super substantial. All right, here comes some reinforcements. So I'm gonna keep the Thunder Barge parked up here. Just kind of a constant source of fire support. In fact, if I kind of point it like this, I'm hoping we can get shots from the Grudge Rakers and the other stuff. All right, let's send... Yeah, it does Boar Boy Biggins. Let's send some units this direction. I'm gonna keep a unit back here to guard this artillery. I'm gonna see if we can savage those Boar Boys. Our Giant Slayers are very well equipped for this job, and they should maul those Boar Boys rather successfully. All right, we do have a blob over here. I'm gonna bring the Thunder Barge in behind it, and let us drop some bombs and grenades across it as we go. Seems like he can still get pretty good kills off of those grenades. The grenades used to be super effective, but it seems like they've been a little less effective since the patch. But again, we're still getting very good results out of the Thunder Barge, so not overall a big deal. And we are absolutely slaughtering those boars. So I'm gonna move up a little bit farther. All right, Thunder Barge definitely doing its thing well. Oh boy, we just got a real good shot in there. Is that a one-time use? No. Go ahead and nerf that. I'm trying to tear down this barricade so I can get my Thunderers through here. And I'm gonna come position them with line of sight down some of these alleys. And it looks like our leaders are about to defeat this Savage Orc Biggin so that we can begin a capture process. I'm gonna take these two slayers up here. And then let's take the rest of those troops just like this. We'll get ready to kind of hold this position. All right, we tore down the barricade. And it's time to start capturing here. And you can see the AI making moves to try and prevent the capture, I believe. They're moving in reinforcements. We're taking shots from that tower over there. Is that tower controlled by this point? No, it is not. There's another point nearby that we can just capture. If I say that, it's actually, we have to move around a pretty decent deal. I'm going to take my cannons, see if I can shoot that tower. I think it is just inside range. It is hurting my Thunder Barge a little right now. I'm going to move my Thunder Barge out of the way so we don't hit it with any cannon fire. And we did hit the tower and damaged it really bad. And the capture is completed. So now let's get our Thunderers. And I'm going to line them up in this alley here and see if we can start shooting the Savage Orcs that are sitting up at the next level. Towers down. So we don't have to worry about any towers, and we can maybe work on capturing this next opportunity. I'm going to be a little bit meticulous here because I don't want to get too much damage on my troops, because we very well could find ourselves fighting the Greenskins very soon. Yeah, there we go. My Thunderers are able to get in range and start getting rid of this Savage Orc. It's going to push them back. Yep, here comes a Boar Boy charge. Should be able to cut down those boars. I haven't seen Grimgor yet. He's off towards the main location. Thunderbarge is getting close to 300 kills here. I'm going to kind of just fly right over the top of these units and let them have it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move up farther with these Thunderers. And I'm going to take my leadership in that direction as well. And let's get the rest of our Iron Breakers. Move them up in a position. These giant slayers are having a time. They're killing a lot of boars, which is good because I think there are a lot of boars on the map, right? Let's cease. Try and stop moving here with my Thunderers because a unit of Savage Orcs is kind of parked in front of us. I'm in a bit of a weird position. It's going to fall back again. A lot of times the AI will start charging towards you when they see your missile units because they think it's an obvious good target to attack, and they're not wrong. Like, I mean, it's definitely a good idea to get after enemies' missiles, especially when it's a strength like it is for the dwarves. All right, here comes my leadership. My Thunderers are getting some good shots, and the Thunder Barge is wheeling around for another run. Greenskins should have brought some DACA themselves because they're about to pay a pretty severe price here. They're falling back behind their barricade. I'll just tear their stupid barricade down, not to mention the Thunder Barge can just fly on top of it if it wants. All right, here comes some trolls as well. All right, I'm going to... Oh, how did those Boar Boys get behind me? That's actually really frustrating. It must have just been a weird circumstance. I'm honestly still not sure how they did it. That must have been the unit that I was busy beating up. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what happened there, how they got past me. That's actually pretty irritating. But they were in no position to defeat even Thunderers in melee because they had gotten beaten down pretty hard, I think, by my giant slayers previously. I don't think they can get behind me again. We're up to 411 kills on the Thunder Barge, and ammo is not a problem at all. So I guess that in my previous wondering where I had said I wonder whether the ammunition was ridiculous or if it was normal and then they took it to bad, it must have been ridiculous because we are not going to have any problems with ammunition. All right. Get over here and tear down their stupid barricades and capture another point. Every time we capture one of these points, it's going to make us more effective in melee. And it's going to take away defensive positions from the Greenskins. I'm gonna move these artillery pieces and stuff back up over here. It's a little bit difficult to use artillery in these battles. There's a big blob of enemies up here, and I very much want to overfly them and start dropping bombs all over it. Let's see, I need some iron breakers up here, please. Need to go get them in front of my units. All right, so another good capture there. Let's bring these units back around. Thunderbarge is going to take a little bit of damage here from some greenskin archers, but with everything packed together on the bridge like this, it ought to be extremely effective in causing severe damage to a lot of units here. I could use the spear down into this blob, potentially. Let's see if it'll do some... It didn't do anything amazing. Probably should have just saved that for Grimgor, but I still think we're in a pretty good position there. Okay, they ran some boars through me. We're about to bog them down in another fight. I'm going to turn around with the Thunderbarge, fly back across the bridge, and continue to provide fire support as we fight this blob here. I've got my additional iron breakers moving up, and I want to move my Thunderers up as well. There is an alley over here we'll have to be aware of. The Greenskins can maneuver through. Ooh, they used some, they had a goblin unit there that used some loonies, and it ended up just absolutely crushing their own guys. Yeah, they had a night goblin unit there that let the loonies loose, and it destroyed their own guys, not mine. So that was hilarious. That was some kind of entertaining fratricide there on behalf of the Greenskins. I'll tell you what would be fun is to line up some iron breakers on this bridge and just have them grenade anything that comes across. Let's do that. Yeah, we're up over 500 kills with the Thunderbarge, so it definitely gets its kills slower, but it still gets its kills. That seems to be the story on the Thunderbarge, is maybe not as quick, but you will get it one way or the other. All right. My Thanes definitely need to get the heal items. You can see how much of a difference the healing makes. My Lord is at full health. One of my Thanes is down closer to 50%. So again, just to give you all an idea how much of a difference it makes to have that. I just saw one of the grenades go off there again. That's awesome. Guys pitching the grenades down here. Here goes another one. Those grenades seem to do a decent bit of damage. All right, so we're gonna crush this Savage Orc. I'm gonna take these two iron breakers, and I'm gonna come line up on the bridge. It looks like they're, oh, now they're pushing through the bridge the other direction now. Let's send some hammerers in here and some giant, oh, it's Grimgor. Yeah, let's send the hammerers after Grimgor. Believe it or not, Grimgor does not count as a large target. He gets insulted by the game and gets treated as a standard infantry target. My hammerers ought to be fairly effective against Grimgor, but he is an absolute unit in melee, and I say effective, I mean as effective as something can be against Grimgor in melee. He is a very, very tough customer. Yeah, they are doing well against him, but he's also doing well against them. Like we've chopped a significant number of hit points off of him. All right. Looks like my leaders went scurrying across the bridge. Let's go cut through one of these. And I think this is going to be kind of the last stand for the Greenskins. I'm going to move down here to support this fight. But it is going well for us. Despite Grimgor's performance against our hammerers there, he is up against way too much infantry. And he just can't tank this much of it. Again, despite him being an incredibly powerful unit, that is just not going to go well for him. Yeah, see, he continues to take some pretty big damage. A lot of dwarf infantry actually got a slight buff in the most recent patch. So despite some of the, like the Thunder Barge taking a nerf, for instance, a lot of the Dwarf Infantry got ever so slightly improved. And so, if anything, it's going to mean that battle over there will be even tougher for Grimgor. He is down to about 1,000 hit points. All right, I have all of my units converging on Grimgor, and we're going to cut him down. Oh, I think his Slayer just chopped him in the back for the kill there. And that's going to be it, folks. Result for us. I'm going to occupy their settlement. I'm going to see if they're more amicable to a peace agreement now. No. That doesn't make much sense. We just made them considerably weaker. I might just have to finish them off now rather than give them a peace agreement because they're almost dead anyway. So I'll see what I can do. This runesmith would go really well in this army. We have that extra dwarf warrior that I can disband and place the runesmith in the army. I think a runesmith for a dwarf warrior is definitely a fair trade. And we'll do sharpen weapons, which is going to give a better weapon damage value to all of our infantry, which will be really nice. Got some really good values on some of our units there. Let's take a look at the skill points here, and then let's also maybe go in and forge some equipment for some of these armies, like especially the ones that are going to be fighting the Skaven and other stuff. They're going to need those healing items. Master crafted weapon will work. And what is this? Maybe go there. We got Axe Lord and Grimnir's heirs. Probably need Thunder on that army. Potentially, we'll take a look at it. Let's go to Old. Is that Oldest? Yeah, Oldest finally leveled up because he finally caught up with the Beastmen. Looks like I had been working on his blue tree there, but let's see. Rune of Grimnir, Distinguished. Let's go with Distinguished Slayer so we can open up all the special stuff there, and then we'll do Slayer Oath here. Triangulation or Requisition's always a good one. Ulrika leveling up. Makes sense to get her magic taken care of here. Penumbral Pendulum is a really good spell. And since the dwarves don't have any other characters that pull from the traditional winds of magic, that'll be nice to have a one caster essentially that is kind of like the other factions there. Let's go with Inspirational Leader. Demon Slayer. And we're gonna do Thunder. Well, we got so many skill points to take care of here. Let's go with Training. Triangulation is one of the best places to start with those engineers. There we go. Actually, let's put both of those in the mentor. Gosh, wow, we have so many skill points. I don't think we have a lot of important places to put these ones, so let's just go into scouting, I guess. Some of those won't work because I think they can only do one of those actions at a time, but we can have it available should we decide we ever need to switch for whatever reason, and who knows what the reason will be.
For the wisdom of Valaya.
Okay.
Let us begin. For the wisdom of Valaya.
All right, I think we finally got through all the skill points. We've got almost 3,000 Oath Gold, so not quite enough for me to make 6 of those tools that we like to have. I'm still thinking about running this army back over here to our underway entrance, which was... it was right over here somewhere. Right there. All right, yeah, so this is our entrance to the underway here. Let's move them back home. And like I said, I got Oldest who can move across the other side of the Chaos Waste if he needs to. This army's somehow still alive here. And it's trying to run away from us, so let's go ahead and kill them. And then we'll have to go after their other lord over there. Alright, so got him.
Bane of demons.
And let's start force marching back this way, and we'll go try and catch the other one. We'll do the same thing. We'll try and get them in an underway interception, if at all possible. Alright, so Mount Greyhag, Grombrindle the White Dwarf. I've been busy crushing Greenskins, and speaking of crushing Greenskins, Ungrim is going to get the opportunity here against Snorko Tiefraba. That's quite a name there, Snorko Tiefraba. Just wrap your head around that one. It says he's going to Tiefrab us. He does have the... He has reinforcements, and they both have Wa armies. It says that we're not going to... Like, we're going to take a lot of damage. I don't really see how. Oh, we have brimstone guns. Those are useless. We got to get rid of those brimstone guns. I don't think we would take a whole lot of damage here. Our cannon can't outrange their artillery. Let's just fight this, have some fun. All right, the battle started. They are deployed within range of me. I'm going to start unloading on their river trolls. I think their goblin rock lobber might be in range. No, it actually is not. It's just outside of range. They have reinforcements coming very near me as well. That's going to be their... that's going to be the Lord and his Wa army. Their own Wa army, I think, came in from behind him. They're probably going to try and wait on it, so I'm going to deal some damage to them. And if that army does come from that flank, let's be ready to reinforce right here. And like, I'll stick one more extra unit over there. I'll put like a leader facing them right over there. It should be good. All right, so we're already doing good damage to the river trolls. It's a pretty appropriate target. They've got a stone troll over there too that I might start shooting next once I get some good damage in on the river trolls. Now remember, trolls do heal, so I need to kill entire entities to keep them from healing too much. Here they go. Here comes the reinforcements. I'm gonna smoke bomb that unit there. I don't really have a lot of ranged units in this army. I'm gonna let these brimstone guns get up here and just burn whatever they can burn. In fact, I need to target those stone trolls probably. I think trolls are a little bit vulnerable to the... Actually, I'll go after those archers with the brimstone guns. Hold on, let me pause it real quick. I've got... Okay, none of these units have shields, so I can't do... I was thinking about the shield wall ability, but that's not with this army. Okay, so they are charging in. I'm gonna counter-charge. It's the snotling wagons and other units here. And then as the enemy charges into me, I'm gonna bring my Doom Seekers into play. And let's get our organ gun. Maybe target those trolls right there with the organ gun. The flame cannon, I'm gonna actually target that Doom Diver catapult over there. We are taking a pretty decent amount of artillery fire. Our gyrocopter's actually doing pretty admirably at the moment. Maybe they've fixed brimstone guns during the update. I'm not used to seeing the brimstone gun do anything useful. I'm gonna target these archers. I'm gonna send reinforcing Doom Seekers out. Cross the lines here. Alright, things looking good. One of my units of Giant Slayers getting a little bit cooked. I'm gonna actually move them back. Man, this gyrocopter has done absolute yeoman's work over here. Since when? Since when? Let's see what I can do. I got my cannons to put some grape shot across those archers, and that appears to have had good effect. Let's make Ungrim pop off here a little. And I'm trying, man, the brimstone gun's actually working. I don't even know what to think over here. Like it's, I mean, I wouldn't call it like amazing. I'd probably still rather have the other brimstone guns, but I mean, it's actually working. Like when it hits something, it damages it to a significant degree. So good to see something happening. Okay, we've got the enemy very nearly finished here. They're bringing on more reinforcements. They had more than 40 units. They have another group of reinforcements that just came online. I'm gonna try and burn them up with the brimstone guns. I think I have one more shot, maybe. Yep, there we go. And now I'm gonna line it up over the top of them and drop our bombs. All right, brimstone gun is finished, so I'm gonna pull it back over here. I think I can restock it. Never mind, brimstone gun's not finished. I'm gonna get back on top of these. Let's bring our Doomseekers up and start attacking. We've got more enemies to kill up here. Let's bring some reinforcements. I've kind of been paying attention all at one spot. Man, we're gonna end up getting a tremendous number of kills. Wow, all right, well, brimstone guns are no longer worthless. That's, kudos to CA. Appreciate them making a quick fix there to where they're not utterly useless. They kind of feel like an Iron Drake in the sky at this point, which does have a purpose. May not be the most useful unit, but I mean, again, it has a purpose, and you can see it getting valuable kills here. I am going to pull it back, though, because it is under heavy fire. Did our flame cannon... Our flame cannon got wrecked by something. I think maybe their guns got destroyed by an enemy artillery piece or something like a Doom Diver. But there we go. Good victory. Admit the brimstone gun is actually pretty useful in close quarters now. I mean, it's going to have a limited mission, but if you can get it into close quarters up above an enemy unit, it seems like you can get behind it and just douse them in flames, which again appeared fairly effective, rather surprisingly. So there we go. Got a good victory with Ungrim. And that'll be a good way to put some hurt into the Greenskins. Their army split there. That was rather odd. One of them must have been hiding or something and popped up when we attacked it. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and kill that one off. That should have put me over 6,000 oath gold, I'm hoping. Or sorry, over 3,000 oath gold. Actually, it did not. I was hoping it would have, but it didn't. I'm going to step back into friendly territory, do some replenishment. And then we'll move back in and continue the fight against the Greenskins. We do have some skill points to take care of here. Let's go with hand-loaded, bare essentials. Get in here to our Slayer hero, who has basically all the upgrades that we can give him. So I guess we'll start on Specialist. Well, it's been a funny episode because it was a Vermintide, but we ended up spending pretty much the entire time fighting the Greenskins. So not exactly what I would have expected. Clan Eshin is going to be back because of the Vermintide issue. And speaking of Vermintide, there is a Skaven army up here that we can engage. I think, is this army capable of engaging a Skaven army? We don't have any long range. They do have a poison wind mortar, which is 250 range. That should be roughly the equivalent of my... What? Flame cannon range 2? Missile strength 425? What does that mean? Range 2? That doesn't seem right. Something's not reporting right on there. I know that the flame cannons have better range than that. Got this Demon Slayer. I'm going to get rid of this one Iron Drake here because we don't need that. And I'm going to... Yeah, global recruitment queue. We don't need the global recruitment queue. I'm going to get a couple more of these Longbeard great weapons. And then we should have Thorak back in this army soon. I kind of want to replace those gyrocopters, but I'll leave them there for now. We'll just let them be. I mean, I can see what the auto-resolve is going to do here. What are we up against? A lot of storm vermin. A sensor bearer. Well, I guess we could probably fight this one real quick to finish it off. Do we have a whole bunch of runes here? Wow, we have a ton of runes in this army. So this one adds explosive damage that reduces enemy leadership. I mean, if it's going to go on an artillery piece, then it can only go on our flame cannon, but it's a grudge settler unit, so it can't go on there. Speed 20%. Vanguard deployment. I mean, that might be good on a Slayer. Rune of Courage. Charge bonus. Maybe put that on that hammer. Increases armor-piercing missile damage, non-grudge settler artillery unit, so we can't use that. Bonus versus large to a non-character unit. Bonus versus large, again, that would have been good on a Slayer, but that might be kind of fun to stick on one of these hammers. Spell resistance, physical resistance. Again, I'm going to put on the hammers because the AI usually attacks them the most. 6 extra melee attack. That would kind of be a fun one on the Iron Breaker. Rune of Dismay, so it makes the makes them cause terror and hexes the enemies around them. Let's I don't know what we want to drop that one on. I guess we'll just stick it on one of our long beards there. Okay, let's go ahead and fight this one. The battle's getting underway. The Skaven, I think, maybe have me outranged just a little bit with their poison wind mortars. I'm not 100% sure. I think it has a longer range than my flame cannon, which is not really ideal for me. I'm gonna see if I can bait the Skaven a little bit. If I can get them to fire that mortar at my leaders, that would be pretty okay with me. I don't have the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, unfortunately. Yeah, if they want to waste that mortar on my single entities, I'm actually here for that. I do have liquid fortification on my lord. Okay, there's the summon on my flame cannon, as expected. I say expected, I didn't position a unit properly to take care of it. That's actually really frustrating. So I'm gonna turn these guys off fire at will and attack that summon. I don't remember how many summons they have, but if I can get some cheap shots in on their poison wind mortar here, that would be huge. I'm gonna try and shoot it with my 2 engineers. And if we can pick off some of that weapon crew, that is going to save the lives of many of my warriors for later. Okay, we got rid of their summon. I'm going to park a hammer unit right on top of my cannon because they're likely to summon again. Now, this is actually working quite well. I've already killed 2 of their weapon crew with my engineers. We've now killed 3 of their weapon crew, and they're wasting a lot of ammo on my leaders, so this is working extremely well. There comes another summon, and that one is going for my skirmishers. Okay, my weapon teams, I'm gonna have to back up. We did get their attention. They're gonna be moving towards me. I still need to be able, oh gosh, here comes the warp lightning, of course. And look at that. That is back-to-back spells there. Oh. Hate this crap. All right. I don't know what all they've got going on back here. I just hear Skaven nonsense going off like crazy. I'm going to take my gyrocopter and blitz that that poison wind mortar. I left some units hidden over here to hopefully come get the attention of the enemy troops that would be crossing, so we'll keep an eye on them. Let's hit play here. I've got my Quarrelers. We're getting a little bit beat up here, but I'm going to see if my Trollhammer torpedoes can give me some support here against these Rat Ogres. They should be able to have some good effect on them. Oh, no, Flame Cannon, take it easy. Shoot the Storm Vermin, please. In fact, I'm going to try and bottle the Storm Vermin up out here a little bit. Okay, here comes those reinforcements. Let's pop out on these reinforcements. There's some kind of rock in our way here. That's actually really annoying. Move. We're blobbed. Okay, we somewhat avoided that. Oh my gosh, one of my characters is getting nuked right now. Yeah, he's getting thrashed. My lord, like I said, has that liquid fortification, which is helping. It's not saving him. He's getting thrashed pretty hard too. Boy, the warp lightning is just raining in now. However, our flame cannon is kind of busting up this brawl over here. It's actually pretty effective at the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that mutant rat ogre right there. We did manage to rout the enemy lord. He might come back for seconds, and I messed up my iron drakes over here. We need to back them up. We're getting hit by warp fire throwers. I'm gonna actually... Oof! My Slayer just got absolutely cooked by that warp fire thrower. I got a little bit blobbed over here. Made a mistake. Let's send in these hammers. Get a little bit of reinforcements. Let's drop some bombs there, and let's bring some help over here. And then let me get my leaders back together. That enemy lord is still routing. I'm trying to chase him. Oh crap, the mutant rat ogres are coming back. Get rid of those guys. Let's see if we can have an impact here. Yeah, the enemy leader did come back from routing while being chased. That's really annoying. And he's trying to get us with that thing there. Okay, he rerouted. So we got rid of... All right, we killed one of the mutant rat ogres. The other one's about to be gone. We're going to torpedo him. Oh, we took a big hit from the torpedoes. He's going to be gone. Now we can get a hold of the warp fire throwers, but I can get some sweet revenge over here too. So a little bit of an ugly fight in the sense that, how did that guy come back from routing again? And I love how he comes back just long enough to get a warp lightning off, and then he runs away again. That's some very convenient plot armor there that he has. Okay, let's bring our troll hammer or iron drakes up. All right, looks like the Skaven army is in retreat now. As well it should be. I don't know if we can cook a few rats on the way out the door here. Set them to stir fry. All right, there we go. All right, folks, well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We got quite a bit. Well, I say we got quite a bit done. We had to fight some big battles. We've got many more big battles in front of us. We have a lot of clan wars to deal with, no doubt. But we did finish a Skaven scheme. That's awesome. I think that was one of the... Was that one of the armies that we needed to take out for... I think that was one of the ones we had to take out for the mission. Yeah, so we finished all the battles in the Skaven scheme there. So sweet. Now we get all the benefits from that. I think, did we already take care of the Undercities here? Yes, I think we did. Anyway, I will see you all in the next episode. HeirofCarthage signing out, and we'll be back for more grudges.